Now, why are your consultations still making you less than 6K a month? Even after already posting maybe consistently, or trying to do it on your own, or you're capped out and you cannot make more than 6K a month because you're working many hours, or even after getting some extra coaching and then telling you to just double down, to carbon copy, to just find the problem and just to keep really doing that. Now, what I'm about to explain is really gonna be more like in like an advanced way of why consultations are still keeping you stuck at 6K a month, maybe 5K a month, or maybe even 7K a month. And it's really only gonna be 4 topics that I'm gonna explain. And it's gonna be, like I said, super deep into like not really like a beginner barber, but more so somebody that already kind of knows about consultation because you maybe already been posting. Now, you do need always authority and trust in order to convert a client through a consultation. And you all know that whatever you do right now, if you never improve and you just keep doing and doubling down on what you're doing right now, it is never gonna work in the next 5-6 months. It can work for a few months, but if you don't try to improve your consultations, which is honestly the generating machine that, in my opinion, is the type of content that gives you the most new clients, because I've seen it with me, I've seen it with Tristan, and I've seen it with all my students. Like, that's the one that will always give you the most new clients. But if there's no authority and there's no trust, the viewer will never want to, book with you and choose you, as their barber. So there is 4 topics that I'm about to explain, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why and which ones are the ones that work. It's not just like super like simple. It's gonna be like some more in depth so you can actually learn and understand exactly what it takes to break this barrier and hit those, whether it's 10, 12, 15, 20, or 20K plus months. So we're gonna start with the video. Now, there is 3 things that I wanna talk about as far as your video. Number 1, the script. Number 2, it's gonna be the hook. And number 3, most important as well, is gonna be the editing. Now, some of you guys, in order to get a script, you either carbon copy, you either use AI, or you are probably just doubling down on the simple location consultation. Now, we all know that when you started posting consultations, if you somewhat did it all right, you maybe saw 20, maybe even 30 new clients the first 1, 2, maybe 3 months. But after the 3rd to 4th month, your client conversion starts to drop. Why? Because it's not just about following a script, or I'm sure that some of you guys already like try to like copy one of my student script, or somebody that you guys seen on social media that's popping and going viral. But it's never just gonna be about the script. Everything is also how you are, number 1, showing it to your clients, and 2, how are you performing when you are on camera. We all know that the reason why you're doing videos is because you're marketing yourself. But if you're not doing the video right as far as your consultation, you are never gonna gain authority and trust with the audience. And there's no connection, there is no clients. Now, the hook. The hook is honestly, I think, one of the most important things as far as introducing your videos, because that's what's gonna define of you, number 1, if the viewers are gonna stay and actually wanna watch your video. And 2, this is what actually starts the client conversion. Because like, if people watch the hook and it's horrible, I mean, people are gonna skip your video no matter how good the rest of the video is. Like, this is what dictates if your video goes viral, if your video converts, or like what's really like holding you back, or what's actually working from your content. Now, the hook is usually like the first like 1 to like 7 seconds, depending on whether you or the client is talking. So the hook also matters a lot. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys that are watching are most likely doing like the location consultation, or maybe like a problem solution, and you guys keep repeating and repeating and repeating. It's like you guys just like in a cycle. You guys just keep repeating and repeating the same hook. Are you from blah, blah, blah? Nah, bro, I'm actually from blah, blah, blah. Are you from blah, blah, blah? It's like if I'm from Miami, I just keep spamming. Are you from Miami, Florida? Nah, bro, I'm actually from blah blah. Are you from Miami, Florida? And it's like that every single video, over and over and over and over. And it's like no matter if you get more viewers the next day or the next day or the next day, like your following keeps growing. Like people, to some degree, are gonna get tired of that. He's like, bro, like why the fuck is this barber posting the same shit all the time? Like his videos are the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. And yeah, that might be a strategy, but like I told you, what works right now might not work for the next 3 to 5 months. You always have to keep improving and have to be elevating in your videos. Now, a big thing is also editing. Some of you guys have editors, some of you guys still edit on your own. Now, as far as getting an editor, there's also one thing, like if you really can't afford an editor, then you honestly have to thug it out, and I would recommend editing on your own. But if you're charging like, let's say like 70 and up, I would consider getting an editor. But you're most likely not even there yet because you're still making 6K a month. So I wouldn't really put money into editing because you're still like in the gray area. And on top of that, like let alone if you have high expenses and you're spending a lot of money, I would not consider editing. But editing is a huge part for your video. Like it all kind of connects. Like all this connects in order for your video to perform the correct and most efficient way. Now, editing, in my opinion, does take a long time, but that's exactly why you're doing social media, and in the first place you're trying to grow. We didn't say that it was easy because like I know when I was cutting hair, like editing was kind of like a second job in a way. But this is exactly why you started to, like, number one, post on social media. You already knew that you had to. You're basically that 1% of barbers that they don't really do. Like you're doing the things that they don't really do, because if not, you would probably be relying on walk-ins, word of mouth, and business cards. So editing, you might have to do a little bit more, but everything I'm about to explain should literally take you from 6K to, like, for sure, like at least 10K a month with what I'm about to explain. Now, the second thing also matters a lot, and that is the client. So the client matters a lot as well. A lot of you guys always tend to blame the client for everything. Oh, my client was talking too low, or my client was too shy, so like I was gonna record him, but nah, like I think he was not the best. Now, there's three things that I also want to emphasize as far as client. Client, it's always gonna be pacing, it's gonna be tonality, and body language. So, in order for your video to also perform the best, your client also matters a lot. Now, like I said, like you as a barber, if you tell him the script and you tell him like, oh, like you're gonna say this after this, it's always gonna be like you're always the one in charge of your client performing. So you cannot just tell your client, yo, you're gonna say this line and expect him to say it the right way of how you like would picture in your head. Because at the end of the day, you are the barber and you are the one that knows like the correct way in order to like make the video convert. And if you don't explain your client, pacing, tonality, or the body language, then that's also a big reason why your videos flop. So as far as pacing, a lot of the times, like I'll give you an example. Like I'm from Miami, Florida, and we'll just say the client came from Fort Lauderdale. So the whole point of a consultation is it's a like you're consulting with the client, and with the client, and whether your client has been your day one or he just been coming to you for like the second time, or even if he's a new client, the whole reason why you're posting a consultation is that so viewers can actually think like, damn, like this client just met that client, like he just came to the bar for the first time. And if there's no pacing and your client is talking super fast, do you really think a viewer is gonna believe that? Like, you have to put this in your mind, like you're not the only barber that your For You page or your viewers are seeing. Like you're also competing with a lot of barbers as well that are, every day that goes on, there's just more and more barbers posting on social media. And if you're not pacing yourself and like you don't take this into consideration, like this is what really happens a lot of the times. So the barber will be like, are you from Miami, Florida? And the client does not give, he does not give no pauses, nothing. As soon as the barber stops talking, the client's like, nah, bro, I'm actually from Fort Lauderdale. And it's like somebody that if you're having a conversation with a new person, somebody will not believe this because they're like, bro, like why is the client talking so fast? Like it's like it's like so scripted, and that's why the script also matters a lot. But pacing the client and showing him how to, it's like he's kind of like a baby, and you kind of have to like grab him by the hand in order to let him like learn how to walk. You can't expect the baby that's crawling to learn how to run right away. Now, as far as tonality, this is a huge one. A lot of you guys I always hear this also from even sometimes from my students. Oh, it's because my client, like he was hella shy, or he was talking like super low, or then you have those clients like, bro, like my client kept laughing all the time. He kept like being like all like jittery, and he was just moving so much. So I just decided not to record him. Now the problem with this, the tonality also matters so much. Because let's say, for example, you're doing like a problem solution video and your client is receding. Do you really think a client, like just picture this, maybe your brother or your dad or somebody in your family or even yourself, you're receding. Obviously that's gonna be an insecurity. You know, somebody that's receding and has a big forehead or he's thinning out. Like if you say in the video, if the client's like, bro, like my hairline is receding, like bro, like I need you to save me. It's like if he's laughing and he's not really saying it serious, like are you really gonna believe that, or are you really gonna feel that that's actually somebody's problem? Because we all know that somebody that is truly receding and is losing his hair and has a big forehead, like he wouldn't say it all excited. He would say it kind of like if he's sad, kind of like he would come off like super insecure. So tonality is always gonna dictate whether like it can also build trust with your viewers and if you're gonna make it sound real. So pacing, tonality is almost the same thing, but tonality is gonna be a huge part in order for your consultations to actually convert clients consistently. Body language. Body language also like it's really, really important as well, as far as your client and yourself as well. But most importantly, your client. Now, you as a barber, you might just be like using one way to communicate, you know, to your audience when you're recording content, which is just the way that you talk. But we all know that you can communicate with your hands, with your facial expressions. Like there's so much that you can also communicate. Now, as far as for the client and the body language, I mean, like you also have to practice that as well. Like you can see like the whole video I've been explaining, I've been using my hands, I've been using like, you know, everything to try to communicate with you guys as well, because that's what also makes it more real. Now, like let's say for example, your client, he's like, oh, can I get a texture fringe with like a mid blowout taper? Or like, honestly bro, like my other barber has been giving me the same haircut. I have this, you know, crazy comb over. Now that would look super horrible. But if the client's like, bro, like I've been having this comb over for so long, like, you know, you can see like it's just super long on the sides, super straight on the top. And like, bro, I need you to fix this. Like when they use like their hand or something to move, it gives it like more like of a feeling into the video. And that's what builds a lot of connection and trust with your viewers. I remember that because like when I would post content, a lot of my clients would be like, damn bro, like I haven't even met you. You know, this is my first time that I come with you, but I've been watching your content for so long that I feel like I've been knowing you for so long. Like it's like if I know you like from like a close friend. So that's why, as far as a client, pacing, tonality, and body language are gonna be super, super important. So now, this one's obviously, that one's video, client, you. For you, there's also three things: the position, the guidance, and human. Now, I'll explain all these three. But as far as positioning, you want to always be on frame. You cannot expect to, number one, like kind of like be like right here. Are you gonna want to see a video and I'm just like this, where I'm like half in, half out? No. You want to be in the frame all the time, whether you're moving your hands this way, or that way. You always want to stay on frame. And this is what a lot of barbers do. Even if something like, oh, but I'll just edit it out, like I'll just like zoom it in more. No, like you always want to be on frame and on position all the time when you're recording content, and that your client is also on frame. The guidance, this one's one of the most important things. Guidance is always going to matter the most. If you don't guide your client the correct way, as far as your positioning, as far as how he should say it, as far as what he should do. A lot of you guys just keep blaming the client, but not yourself. At the end of the day, when I was doing content, if my video did not blow up, it did not convert clients, it was always gonna be my fault, not my client's fault. Because at the end of the day, I would record a lot of new clients and they did not know exactly what to do. I was the only one that really understood the content and like what would convert. And it was my job to guide them exactly how to do it. Like I did mention, they're like kind of like a baby crawling, and you cannot expect them to show them how to walk once and them like completely learning how to walk, yet alone like learn how to run. You need to hold them by the hand, and even if the client messes up 1 or 2 times, like what I like doing is like, if you're like behind the chair and your client's right here, what I like doing is like, I literally, like if my client messes up more than twice, I'll get in front of my client and I'll be like, yo bro, like you're saying it like this, and this is exactly how you should say it. Like that's exactly kind of like what I'm telling them. You want to make sure that you are really explaining it to the client as far as not just what to say, but how to really say it. And human, honestly, I see so many barbers like do this big mistake. You don't want to talk like if you're like in a damn movie, or like you're performing, or like if you're acting. This is kind of like what sometimes I say. The client is usually like the actor and you are the director. That's kind of like what I always say. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna like act so crazy. Like let's say for example, you're doing a problem solution video. It's like for example, like my client takes off the hat off and you're like damn bro. Like client's like, damn bro, you have to work with this. And you're like, damn bro, like that shit looks hella big, super big forehead. It's like, bro, like, are you really gonna think somebody, if you watch this from a third perspective and you're watching YouTube or like TikTok, Instagram, are you gonna believe that's true? You're like, bro, like this guy's being OD, like it's way too much. Somebody would never react like that. Like, you also wanna be like something that's true to you as well, and that you can also feel authenticity. If there's no authenticity in your content, there's never gonna be no trust. You also have to like put your content out there, like, and actually feel like, okay, like that's me. But if you just record a conversation, you're like, damn, like that wasn't really me. It's because like there's no connection. And to some degree, like even if you say like, oh, it's because I'm not really that most energetic guy, or like I just don't know how to open up as much. It's like we're all creative in our own ways. And whenever you're on stage and you're recording a conversation, you have to leave it all on the table. Because if you hold back because your client is new, or because you feel bad, or because you don't want to roast them, no, you have to leave everything on the table. Because at the end of the day, your goal is to get out of this damn mark. You want to get to 10K, 15, 20, 20K plus consistently. I don't want you to just hit 6K a month and then you go down. Or to keep hitting 6K a month, because that's why you keep getting stuck at the 6K month mark. No matter if you add more spots, no matter if you stay longer, no matter if you just keep posting what you're posting, it's because there's something going on right here with your video, with the client, with you, or with the last one that I really want to emphasize is gonna be as far as you selling and knowing how to sell. Now, one thing that I like to talk about is always gonna be your showcase, styling, and your lighting. Now, as far as your selling point, if you already did the video right, you already told the client, pacing, tonality, body language, and you already did the positioning, the guidance, you guided the client, and you're acting pretty good on camera, you feel like yourself, and you're like, bro, like why the hell am my consultations still not converting a lot of new clients? Because realistically, your client, like if you're doing consultations all the right way, you should be generating at least 80 new clients a month consistently. Like if you think that 20 or even 30 new clients a month is good, bro, that's not enough. Like that's the bare minimum. I don't really see something as like 20, 30 new clients like a big thing, like, oh damn, like you're doing hella good. It's like, bro, like you should be aiming for like 80, 70, or 100 plus new clients consistently. And if you are not generating over 80 new clients, it's because 1, 2, 3, or 4 is missing. Now a lot of you guys forget about this. Sometimes you guys still get stuck in that barber mindset, and you guys just think about the script, the hook, or the editing. That's what a lot of you guys just keep getting stuck with. But if you're styling, think about it, like usually your consultations are about like 45 seconds to a minute, or maybe like a minute and 5. You have literally the last 8 to 10 seconds to sell a viewer on why they should why they should go with you. Why should they switch from this barber to you? Like why should they? And like it would be a bummer that you did the video right, that you took time on your client, that you took time on yourself, and then when you get to the last 25% of the video, that your showcases are shit. Your styling is horrible, your lighting is bad. And it's like, this is honestly what can give you an extra 20 to 30 new clients. And that I guarantee. Some of you guys always just forget, just remember about the fade, the taper, the lineups, the enhancements, but you guys forget about the styling. A lot of you guys do texture fringes, middle parts, flow cuts, modern mullets, but you guys don't style the haircut. You guys leave it half wet. You guys just make sure that you guys show off the angles of the fade, the back of the flow. But it's like, if you don't know how to sell your showcase and your client, the client should be the main character, like the styling, like how the actual haircut looks good on the client. And also your lighting. Lighting matters so much. If your lighting is not dialed in, like lighting can honestly make a huge difference as far as like making your client more aesthetic and making him look way, way better. So with that being said, even after the video, you, the client, and the selling point, all these four, if these four are not dialed in, that's exactly why you're still hitting 6K a month, even after working with somebody else prior, or trying to post content consistently, or trying to do it on your own, or trying to carbon copy, because one of these four, or even all of them, is what's missing with your consultations. Now I guarantee you guys, if you guys actually dial in with every of these four, you guys can 100%, in the next 30 to 60 days, you guys can break this barrier easy. Like I said, you need all four in order to properly run your business the correct way. Think about it like a car. A car is not gonna run efficiently with all four tires. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, maybe you're like in a highway and one of them pops up, or two pop, the back tires pop. Now you just have the two front. Yeah, your car maybe, you know, still might run for a little bit, but is it gonna get far? Of course not. Sooner or later, your car's gonna turn off because it's not gonna run. And that's exactly what. Sooner or later, if you're just doing 50% of this, your clients go from 30 to now 20, and then to 10. And that's exactly why you can break this barrier. So I hope this video was pretty helpful for you guys. Like I said, it's not really like a lot of basic stuff. It's more like kind of like a little bit more advanced, but it's a lot of information that you guys can take. Definitely, I recommend taking notes on this.